guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a review on this Subculture Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I'm sure you guys have watched plenty of videos and reviews on this, but I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the palette. Please excuse my hair. I honestly did not have time to do anything with it. I promised my daughter that I was going to take her to the park after I did my video. She's in the living room watching The Secret Life of Pets. So when this palette first came out, I seriously couldn't wait to get it. Like, I was so excited. The colors are just so beautiful. They're so pretty. The packaging, I love the packaging. I have the Modern Renaissance one and I just loved it. It's probably my favorite palette that I have. So these are the shades that it comes with. I don't think my lights are too bright so you guys can see the colors. And as you guys can tell, there is a lot of fallout on the palette, but I mean, I feel like it comes with pigmentation. Often when a product is pigmented like eyeshadows, there's probably going to be a lot of fallout. But anyway, if you guys like this look and if you guys want to hear my thoughts on the palette, please keep watching. Alright, I'm going to start off with this shade Dawn right here. And I'm using the brush it came with and to tap off the excess. It's really powdery and you guys can see how much fallout there is, and I just went like this and it's getting all over. This color on my skin tone is like a really pretty transition color. So next I'm gonna go in with Roxy, which is this like really pretty peachy tone, and again I'm barely tapping it and there's a bunch of product that's like falling out, and that's pretty pigmented and there's some fallout. I mean, I did expect that from this palette just because I had heard people talking about it. I mean, I was just pretty excited about the colors because I feel like the colors are gorgeous. They're so different from like any other product or any other palette that's out. I feel like we needed this range of colors. Like, you have blues and greens and yellows. It's just a really pretty palette, but to me it doesn't live up to the expectations. And those are just my thoughts from the previous two other looks that I did, or that I tried to do. So far I'm really liking the color. It's really pretty and really pigmented. So like I said, just because I had a really bad experience with like blending these out, I'm not gonna mess with these darker tones or even this green one. I'm just gonna stick to a warm tone on my lid, and then I'll probably use the dark ones on my bottom lash line. So I'm gonna go in with All Star, which is this maroony kind of color. It's really pretty. I just tapped it twice and you can see how much product there is. I'm using the same brush. Gonna get a little bit more. I'm kind of tapping it on with the fluffy side. Just working it into my lid. Do you guys see what's going on? Oh my gosh, this is pretty stressful. Like, a lot of people do their makeup to kind of relax and get ready for their day. Like, nobody wants to be doing their makeup and stressing over their makeup. Like, this is unacceptable. Do you see how it's like, it looks like I got a brush and I got it wet. Do you guys see? Here, let me do a close-up. Like, do you guys see what's going on right here? It looks wet. This outer corner, just because it mixed with something else. Like, I've been doing everything how I normally do. I put my foundation on. I use the MAC Pro Longwear and I set it. I do this every time. And look how it's oxidizing. It just doesn't look cute, and I don't know, like, makeup shouldn't do this. It's just, it makes it look sloppy, and I mean, I'm going to try to salvage it, see what I could do. So far this side looks okay. It doesn't look like it's doing that on this side, which I appreciate, but also it's not consistent. So you don't want to be doing your makeup and not know what to expect from the makeup that you've already used. You know, this is the third time I use it, and it's just, I don't know. I really hate that I don't like it. I want to keep this palette. I want to love it, but at the same time, it's not giving me a reason to love it. You know, like the colors, that's the only thing that I love about it so far. Alright guys, so now I'm going to use this electric. I don't know, just the color and the shade of it. I was expecting a lot more like pigmentation from it. It's not really giving me that. I'm going to get a little bit of this Roxy again. I just tapped it once. And I'm just going to pat it onto the center. It looks like a hot mess. It's not really blending that well. But anyway, let me go ahead and do my winged liner and I'll be right back. So I did my eyeliner and I put some eyelashes on. I feel like it made it look a little better than how it was. You can still see like the, what is that called? All-Star. It's kind of patchy. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I mean, I tried to blend it and it wasn't really blending. I remember I had this problem with the darker shades. Like I couldn't use the any blending brush. I tried this one and I tried the one that I normally use to blend it out. And when I tried to blend it out, it just was going all over the place. And instead of it building the color, it was just making it go everywhere. Like it wasn't staying on. Like I had to use a like packing little brush to like tap it on. I mean, you shouldn't really have to do that with any eyeshadow. So having said that, I'm gonna use these darker shades. Actually, I'm gonna go in with Destiny first. Put a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take Axis, which is the bluest greenish, turquoise, I don't know. And I'm just barely going to tap it with that side. And I'm going to tap this on the bottom, closest to my lash line. I feel like these colors are so pretty. And I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't love this palette. Just because I was so excited about the colors. Like, this palette is not that bad if you know the tricks to use the palette, because if you're a newbie trying to use this, it's just not, it's not gonna work in my opinion. But I mean, you might love it, so you should just give it a try. And I'm gonna use this like fluorescent white, which is Cube, and going to use this on my inner corner. This one has like pinky purpley undertones. It's really pretty, but I wish it was a little brighter. It's kind of dull. I'm gonna place this right there too. I'm gonna be completely honest, I would not repurchase this and I would not really recommend this product. I want to cry saying that because I really love her Modern Renaissance palette, but this Subculture one, it's just, I'm sorry, but it's not the business. I did have a lot of problems the first 2 times that I tried to use the palette. I noticed that, I mean, first off, the warmer tones and the lighter ones like these are really pigmented, and they are powdery, but they are super pigmented, and I like those palettes. I mean, I like those eyeshadows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like about 4 or 5 of them that blend really nicely. I didn't really have an issue with them. I did have issues with Axis, with Rowdy, Destiny, Fudge. Like, I feel like they, instead of building up the color, whenever I try to build up the color and blend it in with the other ones, they either did one of 2 things. I mean, I'm not going to include the fact that they are super powdery, and we all know that. But I did have 2 issues with those. One of them was that instead of it building the color when I tried to blend it, it just went all over the place, and it just kind of brushed off the product instead of building the color onto my lid. That's one of the issues I had. 2, the second issue I had with the darker tones is that when you, actually with a bunch of them, not just the dark tones, I also had that issue today with Roxy, that when you blend it in with the other colors and they lay on top of each other, sorry about my nails guys, they're disgusting, that when they lay on top of each other, instead of them blending nicely and evenly and just into one another, they become blotchy, and you can see, like, they become darker wherever they overlay. That's when the darkness begins. That's when the darkness occurs, and it just doesn't blend well, and it really saddens me that I don't love the product. Like, I wish I loved it, I really did, because I love Modern Renaissance, like I said, but this palette just does not work for me. If you have the patience and the time to play with makeup, I would say get it, just because the colors are gorgeous. I feel like today's makeup looks okay just because, I don't know, I knew what to do and what not to do. Like these darker shades, the blues, like I said, I didn't put it on my top lid because I knew that it was just going to be a hot mess, and I don't know, I just want to be honest with you guys, and I just would not really recommend this product, like I said, unless you have a lot of time and a lot of patience. I'm a freelance makeup artist, so I would not add this to my kit. I wouldn't include this in my kit because time is money. I'm not going to sit there for an hour trying to make something work that doesn't work on me. It might work on other people, but I'm just not going to put myself in that situation and, you know, waste my time, waste your time, my client's time. I don't know, half of me, part of me wants to keep this palette and just give it like another shot, but I don't know, I don't think it's for me. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and my thoughts on the palette. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.